What was your job? Were you a New York electrician at the time?
I was a journeyman electrician with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers based in New York City. I was at 15th Street and the West Side Highway with four young men. None of them had been in the military. I saw both planes hit, and I said to these men, we were doing a fiber optic pull between two manholes, all right? All of us were electricians. And I said to these men, you men are electricians. You have tools on your person. Be cognizant of your surroundings. There's not a plane in the sky except that helicopter over the George Washington Bridge, although I said GW because that's what we call it. I says, I don't know if this is Red Dawn or what. I says, if we have to, we're going to fight our way the fuck out of here tonight, but every swinging dick is going home. You understand what I told you, man? I was like a drill instructor. All right? I just snapped. That was a trigger. I saw both planes hit.
Wow.
So with that, I says, get on the phone, call the foreman up, find out what he wants us to do. The foreman says, shut it down, take the trucks back to the yard. The yard was on 30th Street in the West Side Highway. We were on 15th Street in the West Side Highway. So we were heading north away from the site. So on the way up there, the oldest one, the 40-year-old, says to me, what are you going to do with the rest of your day off? I says, day off? I says, I don't know about you, but I made my living down there for many years, and people need help. I says, now, if you guys want to stand around and hold each other's ass and cry, you can do that, but you're not stopping me. I'm going down there to help. Not one of them backed up. They all came with the old man. We spent 23 days there at Ground Zero. We stored electric power, all right? The first thing we did was we restored electric power for Manhattan Community College. The gymnasium was the triage center. We got electricity up and running in there. Then we were heading north, and out of Ground Zero, and we ran into four police officers, a lieutenant, a sergeant, and two regular patrolmen. They had a generator, an electrical panel. They were trying to wire it up. We went over there, introduced ourselves, showed them our union cards, right? And we took over that job and we got them going. And we said goodbye. We had a bunch of laughs between, after we got them up and running. And we made our way back to 30th Street and the West Side Highway. And I took the boss's truck and drove down. I had to go to the Bronx. They wouldn't let me go through the Lincoln Tunnel. All right. He said, you have to go to the Bronx. And I said, oh, shit, I got to go all the way to the Bronx. I hate going up there. So anyway, I went up there and I got home 11:30 that night. And I walked in the house and my wife says to me, she puts her arms around me. She says, you're a hero. And I said to her, I'm not a hero. I'm an American. That's what we do. And what a lot of people don't know is that the guys who responded, like myself, were veterans who took the people that were never veterans with us to Ground Zero. And they were all different trades, union people. All right. And we responded and did what we had to do to help out, at that time at Ground Zero. Way City was more traumatic to me than Ground Zero. If I saw the first plane hit, I thought the guy had a heart attack. And when I saw the second plane, he banked around Statue of Liberty. I said to myself, oh, it must be a military plane going to drop chemical on the building. No, that was the bad guy. He hit the South Tower. See, that tower went down fast. The first tower that got hit, the North Tower, while we were marching down there, then it collapsed, it pancaked. And
did you see that?
Oh, yeah. And I said to my guys, I says, I guess God didn't want us to die today. See, and that was that was an ugly sight, to see that. But what people don't know is that the temperature from the fuel from the jet fuel, shot all the way down minus 100. All right, minus 100, 100 feet below ground was when they had generators with diesel fuel, and that diesel fuel exploded along with the fuel from the airplane, bringing the temperature over 2,000 degrees. All right. Now, what happens is when you have metal, okay, at 2,000 degrees, or a building like that, it start to. You ever hear cats when they're screaming and they're in heat?
Mm.
That's what happens with the steel. It just buckles like that, twists and everything, and starts actually sending out the same type of screams like a cat would. And the building just pancaked. Okay, the roof with the antenna on top. All right. Okay, that's a dipole antenna. We also had round dishes up there, microwave dishes. I had installed one in that building many, many years ago, earlier than that.
You saw the planes hit.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how close you were, but of course,
to the World Trade Center.
yeah. I mean, as this is happening, and the people of the country and a lot of the world, they're gathering around the TV. I mean, some of the first things we see are, people in the buildings standing in the windows, and then, I mean, early you see even video of people jumping, and
Yeah,
they stopped showing that stuff after a little while. But I mean, did you see that stuff too?
yeah, yeah. It was tragic. It was tragic. I mean, the crap that was going on. It was just these people had no means of egress from wherever the plane hit anything above them. They could only come down so far, and they were blocked by fire. It's either run through the fire, all right, or jump out the window. And that's what they did. They committed suicide, or they burnt to death when the thing came down.
As this was unfolding and you're witnessing the planes hitting the buildings, you're witnessing people in the windows, you're witnessing people jumping from the building. Did your combat experience in some way in Vietnam, I mean, did that kind of in some way
Did
kick
it help
in
me?
and help you to respond?
Oh yeah. Combat experience helped me because it was a trigger, took me back to where I was fighting. All right. And PTSD, part of PTSD is you're always looking around at your surroundings to make sure you're safe.
So when you saw this stuff unfolding in New York, I mean, did you in a way feel like you were back in the army? Did you go back into army mode?
Well, like I said, okay, it was a trigger.
Yeah.
Okay. And when I told these men what I told them, I was like a drill instructor back in the army. All right. Be cognizant of your surroundings. I don't know if this is Red Dawn or what. If we have to, you have tools on your person. If we have to, we're gonna fight our way the fuck out of here. But every swinging dick is going home. No, I was ready for combat. See, so there was a trigger. It's your PTSD reaction.